Hi, Scott Bruder here. So what we have today is we have a SG-300 28P that is starting to report a power issue. It's saying there's an issue with the POE on the board, and none of the ports are firing up. Now, these are both very out of service contracts and warranty, but they're good little bench switches. You can do a lot of layer 3 pseudo routing, nothing dynamic, things like that, but they work out of the box. Now what I have is I have a SF300 24P, which is the 10100 version of the SG300 switch. So I really don't know what's going on with the SF300 here. I don't think it had any errors on it, but who wants a 100 meg switch these days if it's not for like security cameras or... Now, I don't even want to say VoIP phones, because VoIP phones, normally have computers attached to them, so gigabit is really needed. So I have a hunch that between these two switches, they use the same power module for PoE. And the way PoE works is it's a secondary board. It sits on top and feeds power into the connectors, and then the switching mechanism is the primary board inside these switches. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look inside them, see if I'm right, and we'll try swapping out the power boards. If you have any questions or comments while we're doing this, please ask below, and I appreciate all of you for watching. So first and foremost, spin these around, and the one we want to get going is the SG. So I'm going to just move that over there. Let's see if I can protect my surface by throwing down a microfiber cloth. Perfect. So I've taken liberty to pull the screws on it. There's our SG board. And then we'll go over to the SF. Now that SF looks kind of dusty, but let's take the camera out of here and just look at the internal workings. So we've got our SF and our SG, and if you take a look, switch ports are about the same. The main board is a whole lot bigger on the gigabit than on the 10100. Both of them look to have similar power supplies. I don't want to speak too much about that without opening them up, but both of them have two fans. I'm sure they're the same fans. Let's pop this casing open. Power supply. Let's do it on this one as well. Now this is just more exploratory, but I hate to tell you, they look almost identical. Of course, the SF one's a heck of a lot more dirty. I'm gonna just look up there. Looks pretty good. A couple transformers, 2 caps, 3 caps. Yeah, I would say they're the same power supply. So now the question I have is, do they have the same PoE injection board? And they look pretty darn close. That's the serial number there. Here's the model number, I believe. And you guys will have to turn your heads upside down, but it says E230374. And we'll go over here. E230374. And let's take a look at the connectors. So here are the switches for the gigabit switch, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of power feeding from 1, 2, 3, 4 power legs. Okay, and we go over and look at the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feeding from 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to want to say I think we're good. Like, I think that's a direct fit. Both of them, of course, have the little zip tie holding it in. And then we've got power that feeds. Well, it's just some sort of connector. 8-pin that goes to the main board. 8-pin that goes to the main board. This one here has a 5-pin connector, 2 browns, 2 whites. 8-pin connector, 2 browns, 2 whites. So I think I'm going to risk it and take that power board out of the SF and put it into the SG. So let's zoom in. I'll get the camera on this and we'll start. First things first, I'm going to nip the zip tie. Granted, we'll get a new zip tie when we get to the next one. And then I'm going to, these power connectors, or these connectors here are a little more dirty, so we'll keep the other ones on the SG. So just wiggle and pull, wiggle and pull, wiggle and pull, wiggle and pull. You see the system I'm going for. Same thing here, wiggle and pull. And this one here I may have to lift up on this tab to get it to slide out, but we'll just wiggle and pull. Haha. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Phillips head screws. So let's get my Phillips head screwdriver. One, two, three, 4, 5. Now I don't know if it's just sitting there or if there's a pin header underneath, so let's just lift up slowly and find out. Nope, there's nothing. Got some dusty wear and tear and gunk. I don't know if this has been water damage or just part of the manufacturing process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush this off with a brush. I'm just going to brush it into the body. This one here is not worth much to me anymore. And what I'll do is I'll hit it with an air duster. Perfect. So let's set this aside and go over to the other one. Cut the tie. And then we'll Raise that back up. 3, 4. Now, while I'm in here, that one doesn't look too worse for it. Looks about the same. I'm gonna hit the inside here with the air duster. And here's the power board from the SG or the SF. I'll make sure I'm getting that right. And before I get the first 3 screws in, I'm not going to torque them, just because I want to make sure that they sit properly on the board or on the standoffs. I might as well do one more, just because. I'll tighten this one. I'll tighten this one. Tighten this one. And I'll tighten this one. That leaves me with one more screw. Wherever I sat it. Uh-oh. Did I lose it? There it is. And dropping screws on circuit boards is never a good thing. Get in the habit of it. Okay. Now, the thing that's going to bother me is if these boards are married together, so that, you know, the part serial number that's burned into this one is just for this one, or that one. Otherwise, who knows? We could be in for a treat. Okay. So. There is my surgery. I'm going to go and try it out, and I'll edit in a bit at the end of this video following this with my results. I guess we might as well just show you guys me plugging it in, because, you know, seeing the fan spin is going to make somebody happy. Let's oh, fan's turned on. System's coming up. Well, talk to you shortly. So, welcome back. In your world, it's been a few seconds. In my world, it's been a while. So, as a follow-up, I can happily say that I rebooted my system, and it's been running for, about 10 minutes. And I have no error messages from the console. So, we'll put this in a lab, we'll beat it up, and we may have gotten our hands on a SG-300 28p with donor parts from an SF-300. Comment and let me know if you've dealt with any of this in the past. What I am going to do is I'm going to put the old board back in the SF switch, see if it turns on, and if it turns on, I may see if somebody wants it to, tinker with, maybe try repairing, who knows. Comment, like, share, all that other fun stuff. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.